Hello, welcome. My name is Neiman Araki, one of your hosts for the Save It for the podcast. I am joined with our lovely co-host and friend.
Aw. I was not okay. I was not expecting to be called lovely in this day, in this hour, but you know what? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
I'll take it back,
I'll
and if you so choose, it's
I swear to God. This is the best thing that happened this week. Don't take it from me, Neiman. Okay, but yeah, I should probably introduce myself as well. Hi, I'm Aaron.
hello, hello, hello.
Hello, 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 hello.
Welcome, listeners. Thank you for tuning into episode 2 of our podcast.
Two.
Right, right.
Episode two. Meow.
That's
Uh,
right.
Indeed. You were expecting for episode one to be the beginning and the end of the podcast.
Yeah, we did
This
kind of
is
set that up.
called. What was it called again? English isn't my first language.
Right.
um, yeah, it's it's called playing on your expectations. Yes.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, I once again have my tea with me. I have my uh red red bottle full of water, delicious water with me. And
Great.
yeah,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and this time my tea is not microwaved. It's properly brewed.
Ooh, we've upgraded.
Yeah, dude, I was not expecting to upgrade this early on, but you know what? I am
There you go. I'm glad. What
enjoying it.
is it? The same type of tea,
It
or
is the same type of tea, but you can taste the difference right now. It's kind of weirdly sweet. I don't want to say sweeter, but it's morely.
hmm,
Yeah. Grammar.
English?
It's
Everybody,
English, everybody.
it's the
Haha.
pinnacle. Yeah.
But yeah, it's tastier. You know, it's tastier. Even though I
Hmm.
didn't add anything, I just brewed it. But
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes
Yeah,
sense. Hmm.
indeed. What drinks do you have, Neiman? Are you hydrating?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I've got a nice bottle of hand sanitizer with me. I got, I don't know, this jar of paper clips keeps me nice and hydrated, and the water bottle, of course. You just
Oh,
gotta, yeah. So I'm keeping
yeah,
hydrated. Yeah.
yeah. It's always good to have appetizers before the main course. Speaking of main course, by the way, there's currently uh being cooked inside my own house some mushroom pasta.
Is that so?
It is so, and you know, I might get sidetracked and or distracted every once in a while because I'm like that dog from the movie Over the Hedge.
Hmm.
If anyone remembers that movie,
Yeah. Hmm.
but yeah, like instead of going play, I just go food. So
In that exact manner, right?
in that exact manner. So
Yeah.
yeah, like literally, I was watching Netflix with my parents the yesterday
Hmm.
actually,
Yeah.
and you know our balcony window was open and somebody was cooking a barbecue despite it being quarantine, and I just it just triggered a fight response from me because at that point I was so used to eating from home I had forgotten what it was like to get food from the outside. So as soon as my brain processed that yes there is food on the outside, I just kind of went so,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
I
yeah,
get that.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite type of like quarantine food that you wish you had?
Favorite quarantine food. I mean, my like I've recently went shopping and got like a crap ton of chocolate recently.
Mm,
So it's
mm-hmm.
just like it's not my favorite food, but
Yeah.
it's more like, filler food,
Yeah,
you know?
filler. Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, I'm the type of person that, eats one board. Th-
Like I
That's
don't know what I'm gonna do today.
yeah, there you go.
You know.
Yeah, just that.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I'm not one to judge. I do that all the time too, so,
There we go. Yeah, I'm not alone. Even we're in this together.
Right. That's what quarantine is for, right?
Yes,
Bringing
bring it.
digital lives together.
Indeed, indeed. We are virtually next to each other.
That's right.
Hmm.
Yeah. So you can imagine, even we might be even virtually next to you, listener, right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just imagine us breathing down your neck. And,
that's how we lose a viewer. Yeah,
and turn
and
off.
it turned off.
And
Yeah,
that's when we, wow.
yeah. 5 minutes, 5 minutes and 25 minutes to go. How hard can we mess this up?
That's the challenge for this. Yeah, the
Yeah,
challenge for
exactly.
this episode is see how many viewers we can.
No. Listen, that's a beginner type of challenge. Okay, we're hardcore in this. Okay, we're gonna be placed in every watch list ever.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
every single one. So you better.
every single one. CIA, FBI,
Mhm.
KGB. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
whatever. If it exists, we're gonna be on it.
Yeah, if it exists, we're on it.
Yeah, exactly. Gosh.
Oh man.
So tell me how your week has been, Aaron, since we last spoke.
Oh boy. It
What's new? What's popping?
no for a time period where I'm supposed to be doing next to nothing, right? I have been very stressed out.
Really? From like school and
Yes.
whatnot?
Uh, from school and whatnot, yeah, because you know, I I've been like I don't know how to explain this actually because I have not been lazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I
You should be.
have ever yeah I should be, but like I've been doing things.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, I've not been doing them correctly and or at all. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the internet just takes every opportunity to screw me over.
Oh yeah, as it
Yeah,
does. Yeah.
as it does, yeah. Mostly Canvas
Mm-hmm.
because of course,
Yeah, Canvas.
Canvas. Yeah,
We
shout out to Cat.
stan.
Yeah, we
Stan a
stand for.
king.
Jeez, can yeah, I if anyone from any school board is listening right now, just show mercy. Canvas does not cooperate. Canvas just takes.
It does.
It does.
Exactly what it does.
Yeah. Any student that's listening right now can in fact say that any university platform that is on the internet that's used for anything is absolute garbage. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how my week has been, struggling with not struggling, wrestling with school
Mm-hmm.
and the Canvas, and I actually recorded a show, which was nice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah. How did that go?
that that was due this week, and I did not remember it
Oof.
until about 15 minutes before the recording process started, in which I logged on.
Yay.
Indeed, in which I logged on and realized I forgot everything.
Like like what did specifically did you like your line?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. But
Oh
yeah,
no.
oh yes. And that was my week,
That must
Neiman.
have been fun. That must have been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Is
But
there
yeah,
any plug you want to put in for your show, or is it something you wish you could put in a trash bag and
I mean, I don't know the exact details on where it will be uploaded or, when it will be uploaded.
mm-hmm.
So, I mean, when it is online, I will, this,
Be sure to
I'll shake
advertise it
my
nonstop?
yeah, I'll shake my own hand, pat my own back, and advertise like there's no tomorrow.
There you go.
Because as far as I'm concerned, but we're not here to discuss that. But yeah, how's your week been?
Thanks for asking. First of all, my condolences for your terrible week. Um,
Uh,
excuse me.
You're
Um,
excused.
thanks.
Don't worry, Neiman.
I won't.
Pardoned.
My week has been pretty well. Yeah, I'm sure as every student can attest right now, online classes are fairly not necessarily difficult in terms of content, but difficult in terms of waking up on time and keeping to a schedule.
Mm.
I'm sure, at least for me, my energy spikes for classes over at UCI have been very sporadic, to say the least, and have been kind of spiking up and down. It's like I'll work like 10 minutes and then I'll be like, I think I deserve a break. I've been working hard. I'm paying full price for a university tuition, might
Yeah,
as well take
dude.
a break, right?
Dude, like I
Yeah.
have the excuse of going to community college. You are UCI.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, 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 dude,
No,
dude,
no, no. I'm proud of
dude.
being at UCI. It's
Yeah, there.
yeah, no, 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 no.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, exactly. 10 minutes of work equals 50 minutes of break. All right, that's how the workload pays
That's how we
out.
spend our hours.
That's
Yeah.
right. But no, no, I'm really enjoying in terms of the actual content. I'm taking 2 psychology classes, and 1 humanities class right now, and it's my humanities class is probably my favorite of the 3 as of right now. Um, just because so far it's been a year-long course,
Mm.
and it's essentially an intro to humanities class. It's called Humanities Core, because it's only like a UCI thing in terms of like, as far as I know, in terms of a class that is year long and is supposed to be all encompassing of the humanities. I
Mm.
always have to explain it to people, and that's why I usually dub it as an intro to humanities class, because that's what it is. It's
I
essentially a
mean,
year long class.
um,
It includes everything that the humanities has to offer.
mm.
So, it has philosophy, history,
Everything.
everything. um, a little bit of Spanish, just really
Oh,
any humanity you can think of is basically jumbled into this course. It even has film
so it's
studies.
like so it's like senior year high school all jumbled into one class.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
it's really really cool. Um, I would say if you're into the humanities or really anything related to the humanities, I would highly recommend it. If you're going to UCI, um, obviously, if you're going to any other institution or community college, taking a humanities class is great.
Yeah.
Um, I know a lot of my computer science friends have otherwise disagreed with that sentiment, just because a lot of my computer science friends are not a fan of the humanities. At least most
Yep.
of them are not.
Mm.
So they have decided not to take it just because it is very reading intensive and very like grandiose and philosophical. Uh,
Gotcha.
so, but
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha.
but
Gotcha.
yeah, I'm really enjoying the content of my classes, but it's
Yeah.
just having to, wake up at the right time because, in all honesty,
Right.
I'm sleeping at 3 a.m. every night, and I'm waking up at like 2 p.m., which is right when my discussion starts. So, on the nights before discussion, I always have to tell myself, oh, I have discussion tomorrow. I got to wake up like 30 minutes before. Otherwise, I'm going to miss discussion. So
Whoop.
there's that.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've got classes, performed in some improv city shows. So
Hey.
that was great.
Sponsored. Not sponsored. Not
I
sponsored.
wish. I wish. Yeah. But that was a lot of fun. Got another one later today, so that's exciting.
Oh yeah. Today's
Um,
yeah. We're
so
recording
yeah.
this on Sunday. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. So
As if we still have a concept of days, please.
I know. I
But
just recently I was like, oh my gosh, it's only been like 5 weeks of quarantine. It feels like
yeah.
much longer.
Listen, I feel like March lasted forever and April just started and is now ending.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
we
kind of
are okay.
crazy.
We are recording this on the 26th of April. As far as I'm concerned, okay, yesterday was 2nd of April.
I know,
That
yeah.
might, that might just be
It's like,
me because I'm because I'm getting an hour's sleep per day.
oh no.
Yeah, I'm constantly in like a trance state. You know,
Hmm.
everything is just automated at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can hear it in my voice too because you know how I spoke in high school. You know, I was
Yeah.
yeah. Now it's kind of like the same, except it's being, you know, it's being pre-recorded and then spewed out by a robot. You know,
Like a
that's
robot ingested it and is now
yeah, exactly.
having verbal diarrhea.
Yeah, that's what it feels like right now. Which yeah, I might be alone in this, you know, analogy, but yeah, at least I got my tea with me.
Yeah, the tea helps. It's like oil for the robot. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah. What does a typical errand day look like? That, you know, gives you 1 hour of sleep for every day. And I'm sure it won't be
Yeah.
much different from my day, so you don't have to fret.
I mean, everyone is different. Whoa.
That's what?
My goodness, individualism.
That's crazy.
Bro. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave a bunch of stuff out because I don't I'm not exactly a lifestyle kind of, you know,
Uh-huh.
entertainer, but yeah,
So I wake up in my bed and then I sleep in my bed. The end.
oh my god. Uh
It's the
but
vlogger life.
I just heard a jingle from somewhere.
Oh yeah, that was probably my watch.
Okay,
Yeah, my
I oh my god. I am so out of it at this point that when I
you're
hear
hearing noises.
when I hear any kind of alarm, I panic. Like it's just it's just it might be the most like it might be like not even a PTSD inducing alarm, you know, because those alarms exist, you know.
Yeah,
You just hear it and you kind of go
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, but like any kind of alarm, I just go, "Oh god. What did I forget?"
I know,
But
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, currently what an errand kind of day looks like is I wake up from anywhere from 6 a.m. in the morning to
Wow.
12 p.m.
That's a large window of time.
Yeah. But yeah. I mean, and waking up is a loose term because I wake up and I stay in bed kind of just, you know, I've
Like on your
recently
phone kind of thing.
yeah, I
Yeah.
on my phone kind of thing, and it's worse because I've recently purchased Stardew Valley on my phone.
Ah,
Yeah,
yeah.
my God! For anyone who doesn't know, Stardew Valley is a really great game from an
Mm-hmm.
indie developer, and it's
Yeah.
really addicting.
Mm-hmm.
It like Jesus, but
Excellent. Yeah,
or
I
Yoba,
highly
Yoba,
recommend.
yeah,
Yeah.
highly recommend. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, um. Yeah, I just stay in my bed, kind of looking. It's it. I don't know how to explain this. Aside from I jump from Stardew to another game, to another game, to Reddit, to YouTube, to another game, to
Yeah.
Reddit, to YouTube. So it's
Sounds
kind of,
about right. Yeah.
yeah, it's
That's
kind of like until my body eventually goes, okay, eat an omelet. So yeah,
yeah, you got to put something in your
yeah. Who knew?
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, omelet is currently my go-to meal
Mm-hmm.
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because because currently my house is stockpiled on eggs, which is kind of
Yeah, eggs.
yeah, eggs, which is kind of a you know a hindrance at some points because it's so full of my fridge is so full of eggs that I can barely take anything else out. Like
That's crazy.
that is crazy, but you know what? Panic buying is my way to cope.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
That and eating,
that
right?
and eating, yes. But yeah, I mean, that's a typical Aaron morning, and the rest is
Mm-hmm.
just me trying to be a creative person and motivating myself and having that
Woo.
brief window of, you know, anything can happen. You know, I'm
Mm-hmm.
so motivated that I can do anything. You know, I can start $1 million business.
Mm-hmm.
I can write 2 books at the same time.
That's right. Yeah.
And then I sit in front of my computer, open a Google Doc, and then I go,
I deserve a break.
yeah,
It's been
I
10
deserve a
minutes.
break. Yeah, I just
hard
just
work.
10 minutes and I never come back to it.
Exactly.
But yeah, at the very least I have friends to motivate me. Thank you, Neiman.
Very welcome.
Yeah.
So it's what friends are for, right?
Yes. What does a Neiman day look like, since you are in fact the you know the senior entertainer among us?
Yes,
The
yes. Yeah, I've been entertaining for years.
I've been in the industry for a long time.
Yes.
My gosh.
Um,
There's a saying in Turkey which goes like, you know, referring to somebody being like a vitamin in an orange, right?
mhm.
Which is kind of like a way of saying, you weren't even conceived at that point. So so yeah,
That's great.
my parents really like using that term
What's
around me.
the original phrase? Like, how do you say it in?
Whenever someone asks me to speak Turkish among them, I I prepare myself mentally for what is to come, because I know they're gonna try to say it, and I know they're gonna ruin everything.
I promise I won't say it.
Cool.
I vow.
Portakalda vitamin.
So I'm gonna try and say it now.
I know it.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't have any Tagalog phrases that are just because I don't know Tagalog, which is the Filipino language.
Yeah.
So it's on my bucket list of like things to learn. But like
The language.
I know more Spanish than I know Tagalog. So
Oh, gotcha.
um,
I mean, learning a new language is always a new experience. It's
oh
just
yeah.
it's just a matter of motivation and method.
Hmm.
So yeah, for example, my method is singing,
Yeah,
which
no,
I'm
that's
bad
really
at.
good. Because I singing I think is a really important part of
Dude, yeah,
really any culture and any
like any
language.
culture, yeah.
And one thing I wish I had more of in Spanish that I didn't really get to do a lot of was speaking.
Mm.
And I know we had like, dialogos for, my class for Spanish, um,
Jesus, sorry.
which were no, you're good. For all of where we basically did like mini skits where we spoke Spanish.
Mm.
But, as just like in English, writing is vastly
God,
different from
yeah.
speaking.
Like skits, as in like tiny little things where you go, but like pre-existing situations. It's like,
Yeah.
how was your day? Oh, it was good. I'm heading to the office right now. Like
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
basically like like mini scenes, like really
Yeah.
tiny, like small scenes, which funny enough was actually, like we had this running joke in my Spanish class because my Spanish teacher is like a huge like Broadway nerd, and he was super into like Broadway and like musicals and like did
Wait,
um
I think I know the person you're talking about. Was this back in high school?
yeah, it was Espo.
Yeah.
Señor Esposito. See.
Esposito.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
dude,
he
he was
minored
cool.
yeah, he minored in drama. So
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
yeah, it was really, yes. So he was like he and I would always like talk about like all of like the Broadway shows and like all the plays and whatnot, like in Spanish, which was pretty cool. And likewise in our scenes, it would always be me doing all of like the dramatic, like super, dramatic like Spanish and
Yeah.
stuff, just
Spanish soap
because.
opera.
Exactly. And he would always be so proud because he was like, "Oh, que bueno actor." So
My
that was a lot
child
of
has
fun.
grown.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Going back to my original point about language, um, yeah, singing.
You're not out of the ropes yet, Neiman. You're still gonna give us lifestyle
I
tips.
still will. I will give you that at some point.
Yeah, but for now, Spanish.
But for now, Spanish. Porque es muy importante, ¿verdad?
I do not speak. I do
Yes.
not. No.
Yes.
No.
It's okay.
I know one Italian song and 5 phrases in French, and that's it.
All right,
Oh,
there you
geez.
go.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you still know a whole other language, so that's. I mean, you know two languages, so
True that. Yeah.
that's something to be pretty impressed about because a lot of us white folk don't know more than one.
Yeah,
So,
there you go. I actually have a funny story regarding language, but please do finish your
oh,
thought.
my point about Spanish,
Yes.
yeah. But anyway, um,
No, because
yeah.
I want to hear what you have to say. I want to
Oh,
hear.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I'll
It's
get to
been
it.
so long since we spoke.
I know. Quarantine does things to people,
Or
right?
listen, the next time I'm gonna have a physical interaction with someone, I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. Like
I
I
know.
know it's gonna happen. I
I
know
feel
it's gonna
like
happen,
I feel like once quarantine is over, like there's gonna be huge parties and
dude.
like,
Yeah.
celebrations and like, like
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm literally going to hug everyone as soon as
Yes.
quarantine is over. I just
Yes.
see someone, I'll hug them. And
But I miss
it's like, oh, physical contact,
you. Yeah.
with someone who's not my annoying little brother.
Yeah.
So
Anyone aside from my parents touches me, I'm just gonna, just knees give out, just start crying, that kind
exactly.
of thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But,
Spanish.
but my to finish up my point about Spanish,
Yes.
yes, singing is a very important aspect of learning the language because singing and speaking are vastly different from writing, which is the majority of what you do in a standardized academic learning environment for a
Yes.
language. So that's the one thing you miss out on when you're trying to learn a new language is the speaking component, which is why
Mm,
they try as hard as they can to try to mimic speaking in the language in an authentic way.
yeah. I mean, well, the best time to learn a language is actually really early on, which was the case
Yeah.
for me,
Mm-hmm.
because
Absolutely.
yeah, because for me, I literally started learning English as soon as I started watching Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, back in Turkey, Dora the Explorer was on, but instead of teaching Spanish to kids, it taught
English.
English to Turkish speaking
So they
people,
did a
which was
they did
hmm?
a Turkish dub, but then they like when
but
they
they
gotcha.
replaced Spanish with English, which
Mm-hmm.
was the hot language that needed to be learned. So yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, everybody's
and
talking about this English. I wonder.
oh,
Hmm.
interesting.
I gotta
This
get into
hot
this.
new language
I'm
coming
cool
near
too.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, and as soon as I started school, which was an international school, which
Mm-hmm.
meant, I'll teach, foreign teachers, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
English was taught to me not as like, you have to learn this language in order to survive,
Mm-hmm.
but more like a game, which really helped. And I believe it can help
Interesting.
with,
Yeah.
I believe it can help with, older kids as well. Because if, you know, they're not gonna do anything out of necessity.
Mm.
No, like if you ask a teenager to read a book that they are not interested in,
Huh.
right? And I'm speaking out of experience,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Not to make a personal attack on anyone, but
I'm
but like,
personally attacked.
oh my god, education system is my life. What are you talking about?
That's right.
Yeah, but yeah, if you force someone to read a book, they're not going to read books when they grow up. They're going to look at books and they're going to they're going to think about all the times they were bored out of their minds reading this stupid piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
But if you try to ease them into it, make it
Mm-hmm.
look like a game, make it look like, something, make it look interesting rather
Yeah.
than anything
Mhm.
else, then that's what happened. But let's not talk about the education system because
Yeah.
that's a
We
really
can.
easy segue into politics, which is the
Mm-hmm.
first rule.
Rule
um
number one: no
Rule number
politics.
one,
No
no
politics
politics.
here.
No politics.
Yeah. I mean, I have. Yeah. There's a lot in that can of worms that we don't
Yeah,
have to open,
we do
but
not have to
I
open.
do. I do have. Just as a really quick anecdote, I did have a teacher
Mm.
who was an absolutely phenomenal English teacher, and I wish every teacher could teach like him. But he was an excellent English teacher because he did exactly, what you said a lot of teachers don't do, which is make
Yeah.
the book make the book interesting, or like turn it into a game of some sort. Because he was really, first of all, he was really witty and really clever and really funny, which all really, nothing against teachers, but
I'm having a moment of deja vu. Also, quick side note, we hit the 30-minute mark, but I'm having a
woo!
oh my god. But I'm having a moment of deja vu because I'm thinking I know this person as well.
Yeah, you probably do. Yeah, it's Mr. Garcia is his name.
Oh no,
Um,
never mind.
wow, that would have been
Sorry.
a
That
great
would have been, yeah,
shame.
shame.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
That's okay, Aaron. Who were you thinking of?
I was thinking of Mr. Alex.
Okay, yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Alex is another great example for
yeah.
any university high school listeners out there. Excellent.
South California.
Two excellent teachers.
Indeed.
So
Yeah, we're gonna alienate like
yeah, we're at
a
one point
chunk of our, yeah,
we're probably gonna have talked
yeah,
about every single
every single
teacher that
teacher,
we've had.
and yeah. But yeah, I actually have a piece of paper, which I like to refer to as a license that Mr. Alex has given me. And it's just a piece of paper, like I want to say 4 inches to 4 inches, and when you open the piece of paper, it reads my name, which is in this case Satan.
Oh, that's so
and
sweet
and
that
you
he
know what?
thinks
I'm
of you
gonna
that way.
keep this piece of paper.
So
And
he wrote that to you?
he
Like he
wrote
wrote
that to
that?
me. Yeah.
So
Please. I don't want him to get into trouble though. But yeah, it was a running joke, and if
oh
don't
yeah, no.
worry. Yeah. So yeah.
Mr. Garcia did the same thing to me. Like my nickname for the longest time in that class was the politician because and he gave everyone in the class nicknames, which I thought was just it.
That is
I
awesome.
thought it was going to be really cheesy at first, but they ended up actually being pretty funny because they changed over the course of the year as we got to know each other more. And
Oh
so it
my
just became
gosh.
more and more hilarious as we got to know each other because I started out as the politician
Mm-hmm.
because first off, he knew that I was the student rep or I was running for student rep. And
Right.
so he gave me that nickname of the politician just out of that fact. And then also just out of the way I spoke. Because I would always use my hands and like
Yeah.
use my hands as like gestures of like explaining concepts that I thought were pretty interesting. And he took note of
Yeah.
that and he was like, man, you really speak like a politician, Neiman. It's like, gee, thanks. Even though I'm an actor and I don't know much about politics at all. That was my nickname for the longest time. And then it changed to something else, but I can't remember because it's been like 3 years. But it did
Supreme
change.
Commander Neiman.
That's right. It was probably that, So yeah.
But yeah, gestures, man, they're awesome.
They are. They are pretty
They
awesome.
get the point across.
That's right.
And in Turkey, like literally everyone I know uses gestures one way or another. Like if you tied someone's hands around, like behind their back, they would not be able to speak.
It's
Right?
yeah. It's
Like
tough.
even when ordering food, they have to show like the shape of the plate with their hands,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like gesture towards the menu.
Yeah.
I guess that's why Turkish soap operas are so like are so famous or infamous in some cases, because like there are so many gestures and so many expressions used in those soap
Yeah.
operas that
Absolutely.
people are interested.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though. Turkish people are just naturally dramatic, I guess.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, you're agreeing with me right now because you know me.
Oh man, yeah.
Oh man.
One of these days I'm really hoping once we are able to physically come together once again, that
Yeah.
we have one of those, conversations again where, like,
Yes.
remember when we were at Alex Mason's birthday party and we
Oh my
had that like
gosh,
2 hour
yes.
discussion with Kaylee about
2 hour discussion.
education and like
Yes.
D&D and It was great. It was a very long discussion.
Poor
Very
Kaylee.
riveting.
Poor Kaylee.
I know I mean, yeah, she was
I
a
mean,
very attentive listener, which I
yes,
very
she
much
was a very
appreciated.
attentive listener, and she told like when I stopped the conversation, I don't know, and I was like, what do you think about it? Like, I tried to include her, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I'm sorry, we're speaking too much. She was like, no, 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 it's fine,
I
and
know, yeah.
yeah, yeah, good person,
Yeah.
good people in our lives. The quarantine is having me messed up. It's making me more emotional than usual.
I know. I was just talking to someone yesterday and they were like they're also like really extroverted and then they were like,
Yeah.
"My God, Neiman, I
Oh my
miss,
god,
talking to people and all that." And then
yes.
I was just like, Minecraft is my friend. So I've been kind of chilling. But I understand
Speaking of
your
Minecraft, what are some Neiman life tips that you might give us in this day, in this hour, in this minute of 12:20?
like that's right. I was answering what was I answering again? Lifestyle
Yeah.
tips?
What's a day in life of
Oh,
Neiman
that's
look
right. A
like?
day in the
Yes.
life.
See, we brought it back.
Yeah, like 20 minutes ago.
20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, and now here we are answering it. So let's answer it. So I wake up in the morning and
In the morning.
similarly, feeling like P. Diddy. Yeah, I finished the lyric. You're welcome. I wake up in the morning and I also go on my phone. Except I've never really been a big mobile game guy. At
Gotcha.
least not right now. I used to in the past. I played like a bunch of like Oregon Trail, but not like the good
Yes.
Oregon Trail.
Oh,
Um,
gotcha. Like the mobile version.
yeah, because the mobile version was like pay to win essentially. So I
Yeah.
stopped playing it after a while. But like the original Oregon Trail is great. Highly recommend.
Oh yeah, dude.
Um, yeah, it's awesome and
Yes.
very educational if you're learning about the Oregon
You
Trail in
know the
history class because
the
that's what we did.
trail. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That there's another can of worms in that statement in the form of pay to win games on mobile phones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid to open it right now. So let's continue on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
We'll get to it
We'll get
eventually
to
in
it
one of
eventually.
our dedicated political podcasts or
Oh
something like that,
no.
where we just open every single can of worm just
Oh
to
yes.
everything on our
We're
chest.
we're gonna go full fisherman and just open every can of worm.
Oh yeah, and just
Yes.
we're gonna just indulge in every single one. But
I am
anyway,
I am afraid when that day comes because I already feel the
tension.
like the dread that comes from looking at the comments section in that kind of videos.
And like
Yeah.
reading Reddit posts and whatnot.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sort by controversial.
If only, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
um,
go ahead.
so I usually start um, going on Instagram, just because I'm so Instagram famous.
Yeah.
I'm not
As I
really,
said
but
before,
yeah,
influencer.
exactly.
Oh yeah.
I usually, go on social media first, just because I usually don't check it regularly. In all honesty,
Mm.
I usually check it only during the like right before bed or right when I wake up. Um, and interestingly enough, I usually go like on Instagram and like Facebook and Snapchat. Interestingly enough, just this past year, I've been using Facebook a lot more frequently,
Mm.
as my friend base has started to increase in terms of like more like adult, like 30-year-old and above.
Right.
I've started to use Facebook more frequently just because that's when all of those friends are
Mm.
that's the media most of those friends are on, as
Right.
opposed to my age group, which are all using Instagram. Because at Improv City, most everyone is over the age of like 30, with a few,
Yeah.
very few exceptions. It's
Very few
probably
exceptions.
only me and one other guy
Mm.
who is 19. Yeah, there's only two
Yeah.
of us who are 19, and then the next oldest person is probably like 29. So all of my friends at Improv City are on Facebook. So that's the thing I also check. And in high school, like
Yeah, dude.
My peers would only share like once every, few months. So
Every 1,000 years.
exactly. So there was no reason to check it. But now that I have friends on Facebook that are over the age of 30 and I want to keep updated with them, I have to check Facebook and not Instagram because a lot of
Yeah,
them are not on Instagram. So
there you go.
there's that. So I'm usually on Facebook and Instagram. After that, I'm usually on YouTube and
Hey.
finishing up. If it's not left on an ASMR video from the previous night, I usually finish up the video from whatever I was watching.
Mm.
Um, and then I, watch a few more ranging from Minecraft videos to, I don't know, Terraria videos to
Hey.
politics to, really just the whole, you know,
Like the whole
like
shebang.
trending tab, the
Yeah.
whole shebang. So I usually on that, and then I eat breakfast, and then I walk my dogs, and then depending on the day, I'm usually doing either like schoolwork for 10 minutes, and then I give myself a break, and then I go to my discussion if I have one for that day, um, and yeah, that's usually the bulk of it.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part is I've got a research project now for my humanities class in
Mhm.
which I'm doing a research paper on BoJack Horseman, which is a
Hey.
fabulous show. I would highly
Fabulous.
recommend. It's on Netflix. Um, Absolutely terrific, and I loved it, and it's probably my favorite show. So I'm doing a research paper on it, but it's one of those things where it's like a big project with just a single deadline,
Mm.
and so probably the hardest part is trying to keep to a schedule that'll keep me on pace and so I don't have to do all 15 pages at 11:58. So
Right.
I'm trying as hard as I can to work on a schedule, but we'll see what happens.
I'll see what happens. Gosh,
So
if I had a project that required me to, watch a Netflix show or whatever, it would be very hard for me to do.
mhm.
Because I have the attention span of a 5-year-old on like coffee or something like that. And like, especially when it comes to a platform like Netflix,
Mm.
right? Because I watch shows on Netflix, yes, but uh, my attention span as I go through episodes, um, no matter how interesting that show might be, and I'm not saying Netflix doesn't have good shows back in my day, that kind of thing. Because one of the reasons being I'm young, and back in my day consists of the crib. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So,
Rugrats, all that.
oh my gosh, oh
Yeah. I don't know why Rugrats was the
yeah,
specific one I
right.
chose of, the whole plethora of
Gosh,
90s cartoons, but
we're gonna get to that nostalgia in a bit. But like, the only, like, for example, I've recently watched a show called Dragon Prince. I think it was called.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think I've heard
mostly.
of it.
Yeah, mostly, and I managed to like get through all of it, mostly because there were 3 seasons instead of one, and it wasn't like a new show. It had stuff going on with it,
Yeah.
but it also had, I believe, the voice of Sokka from The Last Airbender
Oh, yeah.
as one of the main characters,
That's really
and
cool. Yeah.
with all the different references going on, it just like the 5-year-old monkey in my brain was pleased in it because I saw all the
hmm
references and I listened to Sokka's voice and I was like, so just watching it.
Oh, I'm just
I
imagining that going on inside your head right now. It's
yeah,
just the funniest thing.
just imagine a curly-haired, 6 feet person on the couch just hopping up and down.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that.
Absolutely beautiful.
There you go. But yeah, gosh, Rugrats, man. I was, I Rugrats for me is more like a distant dream more than anything else because I
hmm
remember nothing from it.
Yeah, like a fever dream kind of thing.
Yeah, I
Like a.
remember. I remember there being twins. I remember there
hmm
being Chucky, my lad, my boy,
hmm
right?
Yeah.
Or like an older sister who
Correct.
you know who was a person in which I cannot say the name in this podcast because of rule number 2.
That's right.
Yeah, so and I remember the main character, the one dressed in baby blue, I think.
Yep, baby blue
Yeah,
in a diaper.
yeah. His design freaked me out.
Really?
I did not like that character. Like,
Wow, that's interesting.
yeah, gosh, like I was uncomfortable whenever he was on screen, but like I couldn't watch anything else because I I I don't know, my cable TV didn't have Cartoon Network, so I was stuck with Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
But yeah, gosh, Rugrats, man,
I know, yeah.
so good.
Yeah, no, I do. Similarly, I can't say, yeah, I barely remember any of the characters. I mean, yeah, I would say I probably watched more 2000s cartoons more so
Yeah.
than 90s cartoons specifically, just because I had I had the privilege of having Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
So we would always, before streaming took over, you know, uh,
Yeah.
those channels were my go-to. And yeah, streaming is like a whole other.
Oh
That's
yeah, it's
probably
a whole
another,
other thing. Yeah.
can of worms.
Yeah.
I feel like by the end of this, we're just gonna have a whole shelf of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
designated cans of worms of like
Designated cans of worms.
politics,
Oh yeah.
streaming,
Gonna
language, and all
have
that.
yeah, we're gonna have a shelf full of like just police tape
Yeah,
blocking
exactly.
us out, like do not touch, that kind of
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I uh my cable TV back in the day only had Nickelodeon, but my grandparents had the the cable TV, which was Digiturk.
Mm-hmm.
So and
Digiturk.
Digiturk.
Wow.
And I remember like from channel 160 to 116 no 172 was like my section, it was my zone, my
Mm-hmm.
place. It had Disney Channel, it had Anime X, it
Dang.
had Disney XD and Disney Channel. Oh my
Yeah.
god, wait, Jetix. Does anyone remember
Oh
Jetix?
my gosh. Yeah.
Oh,
Jetix. Jetix.
oh.
Jetix. 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 I don't know how it's
Jetix
pronounced.
Jetix was replaced by Disney XD, I
Yeah,
believe.
it
Like,
was.
oh gosh.
Some
Jetix.
classic shows on there.
Yeah. Oh my god, Totem King. Do you remember Totem King?
Totem King. I can't say I
No, not
do.
Totem King. Shaman King. I can't believe I messed up the name. Shaman King.
Shaman King. I don't know if I remember that one.
Oh
I
my
wasn't.
gosh.
I don't think. I don't think we had Jetix on our TV, so I wasn't too familiar with that.
Right.
I
Yeah.
yeah, like
No, go ahead.
I have very vague remembrance of the Jetix just because we only had Disney Channel, like again the 3 channels of Disney Channel,
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. We didn't have Jetix, but I did play the games online.
Yeah.
Back when online games were still like a
There's
thing.
still a thing.
I mean, they're still a thing, but like I don't play them anymore, so
Like,
they're not important.
like I played them during college class.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there you
mean,
go.
Cool Math, all
Cool
that,
math
before
games.
it closed
Oh gosh,
down.
addicting. It didn't close down.
Did it? I thought there was a whole
It
thing where it
did
did.
not. It did not. Cool
I
math
thought
game.
there was a whole thing where it closed down or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's still functioning. I literally have it open right now.
You were playing Cool Math games during our podcast.
During the
How dare
podcast.
you?
Oh my god. But oh geez. We're currently at minute 49, so let's wrap this up a bit.
Woo. Yes.
Yes.
We'll wrap it up.
Because oh gosh, I'm still very busy even aside from the podcast. But yeah. Yeah, this has been Save It for the Podcast.
It has.
It indeed has, if you remember Shaman King or please, please comment.
That's right.
Yes. I need to know I'm not alone.
Yeah. Because I'm not providing anything, so
yeah. No, you're still good.
I was in Nicola. If you
you're cool enough to not No, Shaman King. Okay, but
Yeah.
my gosh. Okay, last point I want to make. By the time I started watching Shaman King, it was only like repeating old episodes,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like before before the channel, like I don't know what happened to this channel. It was just removed all of a sudden. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but like the last episode I saw, I think like an important character, like I can't really remember right now, and I couldn't find any kind of service that provided Shaman King.
Mm-hmm.
But last thing I remember was an important character's soul was sucked, and I was like, "Oh my god,
No,
no!
sucked. He
I
was
can't
sucked.
wait until the next episode." And the next episode never came.
Oh, it's like
So,
the
yeah.
here be getting dinner last online 10 years ago.
Oh no. You just made me sad. Anyway, we're at Jesus Christ. We're at minute
50.
51.
Woo!
Whoa!
There you go.
My goodness.
Time
So
management.
time management. But yeah, this has been Save It For The Podcast. I'm your
Thank you for
host,
listening.
Aaron. Thank you for listening.
And I'm Neiman. That's
And
me. That's my name.
and this was yeah, and this has been Save It For The Podcast. See y'all next week.